is recorded. Happy Monday and welcome to today's strength circuit. We will get started with our warm-up. Arms are coming up and down into our shoulder stretch, getting in that full range of motion. Again, it is body weight today, but if you have weights, you're always more than welcome to add them on for that extra resistance. We'll go ahead and start swinging our arms left to right. Squeeze those shoulder blades back as those arms are open nice and wide. For those of you that were here last week, I changed it up in that we did our full range of motion, pulse, and hold all within one set. Today, we're going to do something similar, but instead, each of those are going to get its own set. So we have 3 rounds. Our first round will be full range of motion. Second round will be a pulse set. And then that third round will be a holding set. So let's go ahead, stop our feet outside of the hips. Bend it over, keep those legs nice and straight, stretch out those hamstrings. You should be feeling it in the back of your legs. We're gonna go ahead, bend the legs, come down, nice deep squat, hands up, push those knees out with your elbows to open up your hips. And then we're gonna go ahead, bring our arms overhead, stand it on up and repeat it. Bend it over, touch the floor if you can. Keep those legs nice and straight to stretch out the hamstrings. We got 3, 2, 1, bring it on down. Nice deep squat, hands up, push the knees out. Let's bring our arms overhead, stand it on up. One more time, bend it over, touch the floor. And then let's go ahead, bring it down, nice deep squat, hands up. This time, bringing that right arm up to the sky. And then let's go ahead, bring it back down, left arm up, looking up at that hand, little spinal twist. And then we bring that left hand back down, push the knees out one last time, really, really open up the hips. And then let's go ahead, bring our arms overhead, stand it on up. We are coming into our high plank, hands down, step those feet back, shoulders over the hands. We take a nice big inhale and we lower the hips down. Slight tilt of the chin into our cobra. And then let's go ahead, exhale, raises the hips up. We step that right foot forward. Option to stay in this runner's lunge, or you can drop that left knee down to the ground into that low lunge. Just make sure ankle and feet are aligned. We're gonna go ahead, step that right foot back, left foot forward, pull it out. And then go ahead, bring it back, high plank, nice big inhales, lowers the hips. And then that exhale brings the hips back up, right foot forward. And then the left. Let's go ahead, step it back, high plank last time. Inhale those hips down. Exhale them up, right foot first. Again, option to keep that left knee up or down. And then go ahead, switching sides. Last time, left foot forward. And then we're gonna go ahead, bring it on back and slowly stand it on up. As I was saying for today's workout, our timing is a little bit different. So our movements are gonna be very simple today. A lot of push-ups, a lot of squats, different variations of those. For our first 2 movements that we are pairing together, we have a nice simple push-up. Coming down onto the floor, bringing it down, then back up, making sure you're leading with your chest, not your forehead. So maybe you can do that slight tilt of the chin, and then we're just doing full range of motion. So it is just 40 seconds of these push-ups. We got 2 sets of them. And then our second set, we have squats. So feet hip width apart, and then we're just coming down, nice simple squats. If you have weights, you're always more than welcome to hold on to them. And if you have a dumbbell, if you have any wrist problems, if you have those dumbbells, you're more than welcome to hold on to those as you do that push-up. That way your wrist can stay nice and neutral. So let's bring it down to the floor. We have 2 sets, full range of motion, normal push-ups, and then 2 sets of normal full range of motion squats. And of course, if you need to, you can always modify these push-ups down to your knees, or if you're somewhere in between, 1 knee down, 1 knee up. Just making sure that back stays nice and straight. I don't want to see any curves. Pull that belly button into the spine. Let's go ahead, bring it down to the floor so we can get started with our 2 sets, 40 seconds of work in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bring it down, up, making sure those elbows do not flare out too wide. And again, if you need to, you can drop it down to the knees whenever your arms start to fatigue, or if you're somewhere in between, one knee down, one knee up. We got 20 seconds. Try to keep a pace so that you can keep moving the entire time. Looking good, Jonathan. Looking good, Alex. We got 10 seconds. 2, 1. Let's go ahead and relax. 20 seconds, catch our breath. Maybe you get in some arm circles in between these sets just to reset those shoulders. Second set of these, hands down, step the feet back in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bring it down, back up. We have just halfway there. These are the last time we have to do a full range of motion for these push-ups. We got 10 seconds to go. Let's go ahead and relax. Stand it on up for our squats. If you have 2 dumbbells, you can place them both over your shoulders. If you just have one item, you can hold them both in your hands right in front of your chest. We are going to bring it down to our squat in 3, 2, 1. Coming down. Push those knees out as you bring it down. And again, if you have 2, you can always rack them over your shoulders. Depending on what weight you have, if it's a little bit heavier, maybe you move a little bit slower. If you're doing body weight, maybe you make those squats a little bit faster. We got 10 seconds. Squeeze those shoulder blades back. We have 2, 1. Let's relax. Grab some water if you need it. Weights up. You got 10 seconds. Gonna bring it down in 4, 3, 2, 1. Just back to those squats. Nice and simple right now. We have 5 seconds and then we're halfway. Keep it going, nice, easy sit squats, making sure you push those knees out. Keep that back nice and straight. Push the butt back. We got 10 seconds, and then we're coming back down to our push-ups. In 3, 2, 1. We are bringing it down. This time, though, a push-up pulse. So a couple different options depending where you are with your push-ups. You can either stay low, pulse it out the entire time, or you can do one push-up pulse and then come back up. Or maybe you do a few push-up pulses before you come back up if you're somewhere in between. Let's go ahead, come into position. So with that pulse, when you come down, it's just a slight lift of those shoulders, either staying that way or you do a push-up with the pulse and then you press up. We are starting in 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. And again, you can either hold it into that push-up or you do a push-up with that pulse and maybe you're somewhere in between. And of course, this is obviously a little bit more challenging. So if you need to, bring it back down to your knees, either both knees or one knee down, one knee up. We only have one set of these. So we just have to get through these and then no more push-up pulses. We have just over 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and relax. We're gonna stand on up. We're back to our squats. Same thing. You can stay low, pulse it out the entire time, or maybe you come down, one pulse, back up. Whatever is working for you. Don't push yourself too hard. You still want it a little challenging though. Let's go ahead, bring it down. Again, either hold that pulse, or maybe you come up, you come down, do a couple, and then you need to rest those muscles. Just stay nice and low into that pulse as best you can. Looking good, Melly. Looking good, Jonathan and Isaac. Keep it up, Alex. We're halfway. Again, feel free to come on up, reset, and then bring it back down. Just depends where you are, how you want it. This is your workout. We got 3, 2, 1. Bring it on up. Back to our push-ups, our last set, our hold. Again, 2 options, or 3, I guess. You can come down, hold it the entire time, or you come down, hold it, and then you press it back up. And again, if you need to, you can always drop it down to your knees. Let's hold them in 3, 2, 1. Bring it on down. Again, always feel free to reset. 45 seconds is a very long time to be holding the push-up the entire time. But if you got it, more power to you. We are halfway. Keep it going, keep it strong. Ten seconds. Keep holding. 2, 1. Let's relax. Stand it on up. Our last set for these pairs, our squat hold. Same thing. You can hold it the entire time, or maybe you hold it for 5 seconds before you extend the legs back up. Let's bring it down. In 2, 1. Bring it down. We hold it. And you know what? Maybe if you have a weight, maybe you add in a bicep curl. Or maybe you want to work your chest, push it forward. Again, if you want to, you can always add those accessory movements, the ones that we normally can't hit when we don't have weights. We got 20 seconds. Stay nice and low. Or maybe you alternate. You curl and then you press if you want a little bit of both. We have 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's relax. Whew, our long break. 45 seconds. Catch your breath. Grab some water. And then we come into our next 2 movements, which are a pike push-up and then a sumo squat with a heel raise. So, pike push-up. We come into that upside down V, downward dog. You bend the arms till right before the forehead touches the ground, and then you press back up, keeping those legs as straight as you can. Then our second exercise, our sumo hold, or sumo squat with a heel raise. So feet outside of those hips, toes pointed 45 degrees. You bring it down, lift the heels on up, stand it on up. That's 1. So down, heels up, back up. If you can't balance on both at the same time, you're more than welcome. Do 1 at a time and then bring it on up. You're going to start with that pike push up though. In that upside down V, you just bend the arms, stop right before that forehead touches the ground. Everybody bring it to the floor. 2 sets, full range of motion, starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. Bring it down, then up. Down, then up. Keep those legs nice and straight. The closer your feet are to the hands and the more your shoulders are over the head, the more challenging it will be. So if it feels a little tough now, you can always scoot the feet back just slightly. Still staying in that upside down V position though. We have 7 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's relax. And if you need to, you can always come into that child's pose very quickly just to relax those muscles. We have one more set, same thing, upside down V, downward dog in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend those arms. Stop right before the forehead touches or as low as you can get it. Feel this, especially in your shoulders. We have just over 10 seconds. Keep it going. Single digits, we're almost there. Keep it up, Jonathan. Keep going, Alex. We have 3, 2. Go ahead and rest. Let's stand it on up. Grab that weight if you have it. Feet outside of the hips, toes pointed slightly. We bring it down. We lift the heels or one of each, and then we stand on up. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Heels up, down, up. Down, heels, place them back, stand up. Somewhere in between, lift one heel at a time, and then stand up. And again, if you're doing it body weight, maybe you move a little bit faster. If you have that heavy weight, you move a little bit slower. And always, always, you push those knees out. You never let them cave in. If you have that weight, you squeeze those shoulder blades back. Keep that back nice and straight. We got 3 seconds. Give me one last rep. And let's rest. Second set of these. With just over 10 seconds, let's bring it back into position. Weights up. Bring it on down. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. And again, if you have that weight, really, really make sure you squeeze those shoulder blades back. Don't let it hunch you over. We got 20 seconds. We're halfway there. Then back to our push-ups. We have 3, 2, 1. Let's relax. And then let's go ahead. Coming into that pike push-up, same thing like with all our other sets. You can pulse it out the entire time, staying nice and low, or maybe you just do one full pulse, bring it up, and then bring it back down. Whatever you are ready for. Again, you want it to be slightly challenging, but not painful. We are in that upside down V. In 3, 2, 1, pulse it out. Just slightly coming up and down, that slight bend of those arms. Keep it up. Nice, Jonathan. Nice, Alex. Keep going. We got 30 seconds. We are pulsing. Really burning our shoulders out today. We got 20 seconds. Keep it up. Keep it moving. Let's see how everyone's doing. Doing great, doing great. We got 10 seconds. Keep going, keep going. You can do it. We have 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax. Shake out those shoulders, and then we're going to stand it back up. This time for our pulse, we're going to try to stay on our tippy toes as we stay nice and low. If you can't, no worries. If you can't do that balance, just that normal pulse. Let's go ahead and we're coming down. Pulse it out. Try to keep those heels up as long as you can, or maybe you do it on one side for a few, and then you do it on the other. If you can't balance on both, that is fine. You just want to get in a little bit of that calf work. If you have those weights, feel free to grab it. We have 20 seconds. Again, if your legs are starting to shake like mine are, you can always put one down and then switch to the other. Pulsing it out. We're almost there. 10 seconds. Keep it going. Can you bring it down just a little bit lower? Just a little bit lower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's relax. Woo. Shake out those legs. And now you guys know what's coming. Our hold for our pike push-up. Same as always. You can stay holding it the entire time, or maybe you come down, hold it for a few seconds, and then bring it back up to your starting position. Let's bring it to the floor. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hold this push-up as best you can. Again, if you need to, ease it up, step the feet back. You want to make it a little harder, step the feet forward, bring those shoulders over your hands. That'll challenge you. We have 20 seconds. Keep going. You guys are looking great. We have 15 seconds, almost there. Breathe through it, breathe through it. If you need to, always come back to that downward dog. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's relax. Whew. Shake out the shoulders. You guys are doing great. We got one last set where we hold it. And again, you can keep the feet up or the heels up, or maybe just one side. Let's bring it down in 3, 2, 1. We are coming down. Try to hold it either with those heels up. And same thing, if you have a weight, maybe you add in that curl or that press, or if you really want to burn out the shoulders, you can do those overhead presses. Just a forewarning though, our core is a shoulder burnout, in case you couldn't have noticed from this workout burning out our shoulders. We got 20 seconds, halfway. Stay strong, push through it. 10 seconds. Can you bring that butt down just a little bit more? Just for 10 seconds. Bring it down just a little bit more. 5 to go. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Let's relax. Woo. Shake out the legs. And then go ahead and meet me on the floor for our core. We have Russian twist for our first one. Side to side. You guys know this, heels down, toes up, or you want that extra challenge, heels hover off the ground. Second exercise, moving plank or commando push-up. We start on our forearms, and then we press it up, back down, and then you switch sides. Go ahead, bring it to the floor. Russian twist. We are sitting on our bottoms, bend in those legs, either heels down, toes up, or feet off the ground. Let's go ahead. We will start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's twist side to side. And if you have your feet off the ground, just make sure you keep them uncrossed. Don't want to throw those hips off balance. Halfway there, our first set. Then we have one more after this. We just have 10 seconds. Keep it up. Breathe through it. Keep the back straight. 2, 1. Let's relax. Grab some water. Take that nice deep breath in. Exhale it on out. Whew. We're almost there, you guys. We've got 7 minutes left. our second set of these. Heels down or heels up, twisting in 3, 2, 1, side to side. Bringing those hands outside of the hips. Keep that back nice and straight. Engage that core, shoulder blades back. We're halfway, almost there. Keep it up. We got 15 seconds. Keep going, keep going. You got it, you got it. Single digits. We have 7 seconds before we turn it over. 3, 2, 1. Let's relax. We flip it over. We come into our forearm plank. From there, we press up onto our hands into a high plank, and then we bring it back down. Do not let your hips swing around too much. Onto our forearms. 3, 2, 1. Press up, high plank. Bring it back down. Keep the shoulders over the hands and the elbows. Keep your butt down. Nice straight line. We're almost there. We have 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's relax. Shake out the shoulders. Maybe get some circles in. Maybe you squeeze them back like we did during our warm-up. We got one more set, 10 seconds, and then we're back to our Russian twist. On our forearms, press it up. In 3, 2, 1, press it up. Keep those hips as still as you can. We're almost there, 15 seconds. And if you need to, you can always modify this to an elbow plank on your knees and then up onto your hands, still with the knees on the ground. We have 3, 2, 1. Let's relax. Turn it back over. We are seated for those Russian twists. This time, we add in an overhead press. So one side, straight overhead, back to the other, into that overhead press, whether or not you have a weight. Let's go ahead and twist to the side, overhead, back to that other side, we're moving. So twist, overhead, twist. Every time you're in the middle, arms should be coming straight above your head. And again, either heels down or feet off the ground if you want that extra challenge, extra core and balance. Ten seconds. 2, 1. Let's relax. Turn it back over. And again, nice, simple planks. But the last 10 seconds, we're going to hold that elbow plank. So bring it onto your forearms. We're pressing up and down until I say when. In 3, 2, 1. Let's press it up, back down. We're going to keep doing this until the final 10 seconds. And then we drop down onto our elbows and hold that plank. And again, if you need to, modify it down to your knees for this moving plank. Just keep that back nice and straight. We have 15 seconds and then our elbow plank hold. Holding it down in our elbow plank in 3, 2, 1. Hold that elbow plank. Only 10 seconds. Nice back straight. We have 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax. Whew. Now, our last set for this Russian twist, we're gonna keep our arms over our head, feet up, and we're just gonna hold it, just like this. This time I want you to try to keep your feet off the ground. We have 2, 1, keep those arms overhead, hover the feet off the ground, stay nice and strong. You got this, just 45 seconds. If you ever need to, you're always welcome to bring the arms down if they get too fatigued, or to drop the heels if it gets a little too tiring. I just want you to try to push yourself in this last set. We got 20 seconds. Stay strong. Just over 10 to go. Single digits, we are almost there. Then one last set after this, that's it. 4, 3, 2, hold it, hold it, hold it, and relax. Whew. Last set, 45 seconds. Elbow to our high plank, and then our last 10 seconds, we hold it in that high plank this time. Let's bring it to our elbows, pressing it up. 3, 2, 1, let's press. This is it, only 45 seconds, and then our cool down. And again, that last 10, we hold it, palms on the ground, nice and tall. Keep it moving though, we got 20 seconds till we get there. 10 seconds, keep it moving, press it up, bring it down, don't let the hips swing too much. We got holding it in, 3, 2, 1, hold that high plank. Shoulders over the hands, hips down. 2, 1, let's relax. Whew. Grab some water, you guys did awesome. Grab some water and then go ahead and meet me in our child's pose, seated on our heels, forehead on the ground, arms extended. We got what, 5 minutes, perfect. Whew. Taking in those nice deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're gonna go ahead and swing our hands behind our back, interlock those fingers, and raise our hands up, straight in the air to stretch out those shoulders. Option 2, stay as you are, or pick the hips up and roll onto the top of your head. Only do this if this does not cause any pain toward your neck. If it does, just stay seated on the heels. We just have 3, 2, 1. Let's bring it on down. Back to our child's pose. We're gonna take a nice big inhale, and then exhale, we walk those hands over to the left. Stretch that right hand as far as you can. Feel this in your right upper back. Bring your nose to that left knee. We have 3, 2, 1. Inhale it back to center. Exhale it, walk it over to the right. Reach that left hand as far as you can. Your nose should be coming to your right knee now. We have 3, 2, 1. Let's bring it back center, child's pose. Palms on the ground. We're gonna slide them forward as we raise our hips up into our puppy pose. Once your hips are as high as they can be and your hands are stretched out as far as they can, we're gonna slowly drop our forehead to the floor. Melt the chest into the ground. Feel this stretch through your upper chest. We have 3, 2, 1. Staying as we are. We're gonna take our left hand, flip it over, bring it across and under that right arm as we thread the needle. Turn your head so you're looking towards the right. And then again, option to stay as you are, or pick the right hand up and look up at that right hand. Again, keeping those hips nice and high in the air, nice and even. We just have 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead, drop that right arm down, then the left. Switching sides, right hand flips over, comes across and through the left arm. And then again, either stay as you are, or you can bring that left hand up to the sky. We just have 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down. Then the other, we're gonna go ahead, slide it back to our quadruped position. And let's come up to our downward dog. Pedal out those heels. And then let's go ahead, walk our hands back to our heels, forward fold, stretching out our hamstrings. We'll stretch out our shoulders one last time by bringing them again behind the back and raising them on up. We have 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bring it back down to the floor, and then let's slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go ahead, take one nice sweep of the arms, inhale it up, left arm, right wrist, exhale it to the left, and then go ahead, exhale to the right, switching those hand positions, right hand, left wrist. What are you looking for? And then go ahead, bring it back up, and then exhale those arms down, relax the shoulders. That is all I have for class today, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great one, Sally, Jonathan, Alex, Nelly, Ingrid, and Elham, I'm hoping. But I hope you guys enjoyed. And again, I will see you hopefully next week. And again, it will be weighted strength. So bring your dumbbells and be prepared to lift heavy.